Hey guys, this guy has finally been freed from prison after almost 2,000 days. You know who that is?
Julian Assange.
Yeah, that's right, Pat.
And he's fucking Pamela Anderson down there.
Yeah, we're gonna get Pamela Anderson. As Wes hinted at, is Julian Assange banged Pamela Anderson.
Oh yeah! Good morning and welcome to episode 1490 of Hard Factor. What's up?
You're in your buds.
Oh man, you got
my buds too deep in my ear.
What the fuck? Yeah, what the fuck happened? Everything just switched back.
There's some man. It's a pain in the ass. Apple makes you do this fucking. There's a button you can click to make the auto switch not happen, but it's a pain in the ass.
Yeah, you won't be able to hear this, listeners of the not YouTube show, but he was not in his right mic, and when he's not in his right mic and does the yell, it sounds like a bomb goes off in your ears. So,
yep. Well, I mean, even when I'm in the right mic, it can sometimes be a little bit aggressive.
True.
Well, you're pretty good. You got pretty good mic technique.
Good vocals.
Didn't turn off Jack McKee in the live chat, watching from a small town in Kansas. Thanks, Jack.
There you go.
Kansas, baby.
Yeah.
Wichita, windiest city in America.
Yep. That's
not here in Chicago.
Do you think Jack says we are in Kansas anymore a lot?
Maybe. Is that a thing? I guess you might say
not
that.
In Kansas.
Right.
That's like I don't know what Kansans do.
Kanzoids, I think they're called.
Great uniforms on the Jayhawks, though.
For sure. Rock chop.
Thank you for cheating on the news with us. 80-ish% accuracy guaranteed on this pod. Hit patreon.com/hardfactor for more if you need more episodes. Today, leaked sexts that have been leaked. Julian Assange leaked from prison, Pride Parade, Civil Wars, video games, and much more.
Hell yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Sexts don't stay sealed. Sexts always come out.
Yeah. Wish it was an easier word to say, but yes, you're right.
Sexts.
Sexts.
Are you talking about like religious groups?
Yeah, sexts.
No, like sexual texts.
Right.
Speaking of sexts, Israel made an announcement that ultra-Orthodox Jews are going to be called into service, which previously they were not.
Okay. Well, they need everyone they can get, Pat.
I don't know if you guys know much about Israel, but everyone in Israel is mandatory military service except for the ultra-Orthodox, because
besides Hasidic Jews.
They said that their study of the Jewish studies was their service to the country, but no. They will be
it's wartime for them.
Strapping up.
Sounds like a cop-out.
Not anymore.
Yeah. This is like us making the Quakers go to war.
Lucky for them, women who serve in the military don't have to serve in battle, because that's all I was thinking is these guys are gonna have a real issue with women touching them, because they can't do that. But then don't worry. Mm-hmm. Don't worry.
Yeah, I mean, but they could be unlocking a secret weapon. You got guys that like zealous about something. Yeah.
Right. And they don't have like a wife to abuse, so they'll abuse the enemy.
Maybe like
the get-togethers are crazy.
Yeah, maybe it's like Rumspringer for them.
They have the tunnels, Wes? You saw the tunnels in New York?
Oh, you ever see them bounce up and down on the rafters in like a gym? It's crazy.
These guys are killing machines.
Yeah, they might be. It could be like 300 from Sparta. Don't forget, speaking of politics, don't forget Hard Factor presidential debate live stream this Thursday night during the debate, during the time. We'd usually be doing our team meeting, at that time, but we're going to skip it to laugh at these two old guys with you. Join us, please. And listener hosted trivia this Friday night at patreon.com/hardfactor. All tiers welcome. Both start at 9 p.m. Eastern time.
I had an idea for the name of the stream. I was thinking we call it the bra stream, because we'll be covering two boobs.
Huh.
What do you think?
That's good.
Some old wrinkly ones. Yeah. Is there a brand that most grandmas use? Because that would be good. It obviously isn't well known enough.
The Man's Ear.
Yeah, look that up for you.
The Bro.
There's got to be a dominant elderly bra brand.
Probably.
You guys saw that Seinfeld episode. Which one do you like better, the Bro or the Man's Ear?
Man's Ear.
Yeah, it's tough
Fancy.
though. Yeah, they're both good.
Why? Because Michael Richards did it.
No, I'm just saying I think they're both
he-
good. The Bro and the Manzier are both good options.
Did Kramer do the
Kinda
bro
like
or the
bro.
Manzier?
Kind of like the bro better.
Well, it was George's dad and Kramer. They both came up
Yeah.
with the design. I think one of them came up with the Bro. One of them wanted the Manzier. I don't know what they ended up with, but yeah. Just because George's dad had man boobs. They wanted
Manzier's a better. I mean, to me, a more marketable, but maybe not. Bro is such a common phrase these days. So you can move the needle with bro.
yeah. All right.
You guys ever consider buying a male sports bra?
No.
Not yet.
Why would we do that? That would be very embarrassing.
That's,
Well, we were just talking about the Manzier and the bro, so I just
large T-shirt.
I forget which one of you guys I was in the car with, and some guy had like one of those running things that looks like kind of like a sports bra, but it's
well, yeah,
thin.
a lot of athletes wear bros now.
And we
Manzier.
drove up from behind, and he was wearing short shorts, and someone was like, "Look at that piece of ass," because it looked like a bra. It looked like a sports bra, and then as we approached, I was like, "Oh, you were hitting on that dude."
Yeah,
Pretty sure
yeah,
that was
it
Wes.
can fool you.
Could have been me.
Pretty
Like,
proud.
be quiet down there.
Yeah, the guy had a nice ass. Whatever.
He did. He sure did.
I mean, runs for it. Exactly
Works
that,
hard
yeah.
for it. Let's do the news.
All right, let's do this.
Let's do it. No more bros and Manziers right now. I'm going to do a little bit of good news, bad news to start it off. Going to tell you about some bad news for a very select couple of people, but sandwich it with some positive stories so it's not that bad. You know, kind of like getting your review at your job or something.
So it's like
that,
it's
you
like stale bread, but we got good meats and cheeses in the middle.
know? Right. Yeah, like exactly. It's not all bad,
Okay.
right? It's bad for a couple people.
It's like a rough hand job.
Yes,
Yeah, it's still a hand job.
Toothy,
Yeah.
toothy blow job. Just toothy enough where you could still complete it, but still a little toothy. Some good ones first. The Social Security Department, right here. They're dropping tons of non-existent, basically, but had been filled jobs, including people like tube operators that apparently have been actively doing nothing for decades and preventing people from getting disability services for decades. So I guess they finally allowed like an audit to like take place, and they're getting rid of people that don't do anything because we don't send documents through tubes anymore, but we still had the positions and it would clog up the system. So
Interesting.
hopefully people get their disability now, you know, it's good.
Hope so.
Good thing.
They need
Yeah.
it.
Where's the tubist money going to?
What to the people who are the tube operators and then
We're
the
still
nut
alive?
sorters? No, they just like they're bureaucrats. They sit next to maybe a tube, maybe not, but they're a tube operator.
It's like an
Nut
organ
sorter.
player at a church where the organ's been shut off.
Yeah, but they still sit at the bench of it.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah. Anyways, you know, finally getting rid of it. Nice. Volkswagen is investing $5 billion in EV truck maker Rivian, which is a great day to be on either of those CEOs' yachts. You know,
Whoa.
would feel nice.
Those are pretty nice looking electric cars. I like them better than they're certainly better than the Cybertruck.
Right.
Yeah.
Rivian truck looks
Competition is
cool.
Cybertruck.
Yeah.
Looks real cool.
Mm-hmm.
It looks pretty good. I'm not as huge a fan, but it is more normal looking than a Cybertruck for sure. Rivian, and the SUV they have in the picture is pretty nice.
Yeah, I think it's more the SUV than the truck that's sexy. I'm looking at
Yes.
the Rivian. The Rivian truck's so ho hum, but the
Yeah.
Rivian SUV is pretty nice.
Yeah. They're not very big, but they're decent.
I've seen a Rivian truck in the wild. Go for the SUV.
Okay, sorry. Truck guy here. Just saying.
Well, look, remember, Pat, we got in trouble for making fun of how small the Bronco is. There's two Broncos. This
Two
is a real Bronco
Broncos.
Sport, Bronco regular.
We know.
Yeah.
What's a Rivian cost? What's a Rivian cost you? A new Rivian out the door.
A new Rivian, brand
Yes,
new.
the
all
SUV
trim.
or the truck.
Oh God. Well, if you got taste,
SUV is going to run you more.
Ooh.
SUV is going to be more expensive.
I would say
I mean,
60 for the SUV.
yeah, it's like 60, pretty much 60.
if
60
you want
to
the
70.
adventure, it's 90.
Ooh, wow. That's like
2024
the-
Rivian. 2022 low trim 60.
More
What
of a
about
high
the truck?
trim guy.
Yeah.
What about the truck?
Who cares about the truck? Oh, let me look up the truck. Okay. All right. Truck.
I mean, you got to
Someone
know
drop
for comparison.
90 on a new car.
Around the
company.
same.
Okay.
Around the same. What an outrage.
Trucks are pretty expensive.
Yeah.
Go for the SUV. I mean, Pat, have you seen one out there in the streets yet?
Guys, I've seen it all. I'm a truck guy. So just get back off, okay? That's just how I feel.
All right. Just saying. I've seen one in the parking lot recently. I'd go for the SUV. Now, getting into the kind of bad, the U.S. Navy's top secret Manta Ray underwater drone ship project was captured on Google Maps, just sitting at a dock in Southern California recently. So the internet sleuths out there, they're like, how top secret is it? You can see it on Google Maps. And then that's pretty much it.
Isn't that the vehicle from Aquaman?
Kinda. But it's like it's a drone that can sit at the bottom of the ocean for a long time, and it's underwater, and then they can bomb stuff with.
It's like the aliens from War of the Worlds. They just sit there and then they emerge whenever they need to fuck shit up.
Right. Like locusts, or like locusts. Right?
Yeah.
Cicadas. That's pretty sick that it's just kind of sitting there waiting for an assignment.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't think it was that big of a fuck up to have it like show up on Google Maps, right? Like
You can't see it once it's gone.
I mean, they publish like when they're testing it in California. It's not that top secret. But the worst news of all in this segment, famed video game streamer, Dr. Disrespect, that's his name. We've discussed him a little bit before on this show. He's in deep shit. Okay, well, kind of. He was in deep shit. Now he's maybe kind of in it because he's been accused of sexting with a minor, and not only accused, former Twitch employees who saw the minor sext let the internet know last Friday, leaking some emails. And then his own gaming company that he started with two other streamers called Midnight Society while he was, banned from Twitch. Nobody knew why at the time. But it was
I remember that.
Yeah.
It was the subtitle was After Your Parents Are Asleep. Midnight Society.
Yes, exactly. That's what
After
he was
your
thinking.
parents are asleep.
That's what he was thinking. But Pat, the two other streamers he started that company with, that gaming company, Midnight Society, they investigated the minor sexting incident on their own. And then they made this statement saying that on Friday evening, we became aware of allegations against one of our co-founders, Guy Beam with an H. Beam with an H before the M is his real name, aka Dr. Disrespect. We assumed his innocence and began speaking with parties involved in order to maintain our principles and standards as a studio and individuals, we need to act. For this reason, we are terminating our relationship with Guy Beam immediately. While these facts are difficult to hear and even more difficult to accept, it is our duty to act with blah, 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 blah. Players, community. Stream viewers.
What did he do? Why did they do that?
He sexted with a minor. So like apparently the reason that he got temporarily banned from Twitch back in 2020 was because he was sexting with a minor. And then, I'll show you his response in a minute. But then, nobody knew at the time, started this company, whatever, Midnight Desire, whatever it's called, with these two other gamers. And then, now these two other gamers are like, no, we're not cool with that minor sexting shit. He's gone.
Good call. Yeah.
Get him out of there.
Yeah.
Dick pics were exchanged. That's just the way sexting works these days. Yeah,
he claims
no one's getting kicked out of their company and disgraced for just text. Not happening.
Right. And they said they investigated
explicit text. They would.
Yeah.
Well, you're a good writer, Wes.
If he said, when your parents go to sleep, I'm coming over for that underage ass.
Yeah.
You're a very sensual writer.
Yeah.
Oh, I get banned quick for my sex with the minor.
You have the word art dick.
Raunchy in the sex.
Look at that word art dick.
It would be. I'd have to move countries.
Wes is less effective with the dick pic. He's so eloquent.
That's right. Well, my dick pic is not going to move any meters.
Yeah, it's all words for you.
No one's getting in their car for my dick pic.
All right. Guys, real quick, let's finish up. Dr. Disrespect. Stream viewers suggest that this is the moment that he was told he was let go while he was streaming.
You know how we run things here.
Yeah, but we think you're a creep and the little girl sex. You're fired.
I got getting fired.
And then he just, because he stopped saying anything, he just completely freezes.
Yeah,
He's not, I'll turn down his video game noises.
either that or the girl's like, he's getting a text from the girl's dad. One of the two.
Right. Something not good is happening because he just completely stops and he starts running around in circles on the screen. Eventually he turns it off after like 30 seconds of just doing nothing. So Doctor disrespected. He was fired. He has nothing to do. He turns it off finally.
He looks like Tony Clifton when Jim.
You know what, Wes? His whole look, man. Like he's got to wear it every day because look how gray his beard is. So he's got to probably dye the mustache black. He wears that black wig.
So what? So I was sexing with a minor.
He looks a lot like Tony Clifton.
He wears that like neoprene suspenders every day. It's pretty incredible what he's doing. But then a day later, Dr. Disrespect dropped the longest tweet in the history of Twitter to explain, and that's a legitimate screenshot of it. Look how fucking long it is. And he edited it like 5 times apparently. But he explains in this long ass tweet that yes, he did sext with a minor, and that was the reason for his
that could have ended there. Could have ended right there.
It could have been a lot shorter, but no, Mark, that was just the beginning. Yes, he did sext with the minor, but that was the reason for his former Twitch ban, and he is sorry for that. But no pics or meetup, he says, and he's never going to stop gaming and presumably maybe accidentally sexting with minors wherever he ends up. And it remains to be seen where he ends up, but the ball is now back in the court of the probably 40-something-year-old man permanently dressed in mirrored shades, a jet black curly wig, dry fit undershirt, and bright
north
red
of 40, dude. He's in his 50s, and that begs the question: why is a guy in his 50s? Obviously, besides the success and money, but he didn't probably start streaming until his 40s. Why does a guy in his 40s start?
No, he's been around 15 years.
And he's 60 years old.
And he was
45.
Oh, dude, he's
in his 40s for sure. We could probably look it up. Just Wikipedia guy Beam.
He's more north of 45 than that girl was years old.
Right. He said no pictures were exchanged. It's just text, and then this is what was exchanged.
Yeah.
Right. Oh yeah, the doggy
style. It was a rotary phone. He was
you remember that AOL chat room text start?
Oh yeah.
Big tongue.
I mean, he's way too old to be playing video games.
But it made me wonder, Mark, because like he does numbers. Like, dude, regardless of what you think of the minor sexting and all, he does stream numbers. Do you guys think we would do better if we all wore costumes all the time? 100% of the time.
42. Okay.
Yeah.
He's Wes's age. He's right around Wes's age.
He's my age. Exactly my age.
So Wes, this guy,
video gaming?
What really took off for him was he wears his costume 100% of the time. Do you think he like goes to, I don't know if he goes to the grocery store in it, but basically I bet he does. Never on. He has to be.
I mean, that's a wig, right?
Yeah, it's got to be a wig, right?
There was an interview with Method Man recently, I think on Drink Champs, and he was talking about how when the Method Man video came out, all the rappers, that was the outfit that they would wear every day, was the outfit they wore in the video so they could get recognized.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
No, it does.
Here's what he looks like. I got a picture of him without the wig. The mustache is. He looks like a jacked up Jimmy Fallon if he was a cop.
Oh, yeah, he looks like a cop.
Cop Fallon. Yeah.
Cop Fallon. Jimmy Fallon playing a cop.
Or a gay porn star.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Well,
Village Man.
He may want to just like get laid more with real women as opposed to sexting with underage ones in his cat.
He knew it was a minor too?
Well, her name was Little Kitty 12.
Right.
Yeah. I'm not sure. The details are unclear. But more good news though.
And this one's 13.
Yeah, it was probably pretty clear considering how mad everybody is about it.
Yeah.
But I promise you more good news in it. The Stanley Cup took a dip in the Atlantic Ocean with the Florida Panthers this week. Congrats to the
Let's go.
Stanley Cup champ.
Hey, it's okay. Let's go.
But a very tough way to go. Very tough way to go for the Edmonton McConners, though. So that's the end of good news, bad news.
That was a bummer, man. I really wanted to see Edmonton win.
Why?
Why? Because they're a small market Canadian team.
Dude,
What an
Edmonton's
awesome
won
comeback.
5 championships. They had Wayne Gretzky for a decade. Now they have the new best player in the league, and that was the Florida Panthers' first ever win, and that was the Stanley Cup in the Miami Beach. That's way cooler. Go USA. Fuck Canada.
Yeah.
Fuck Edmonton.
Okay, I guess I struck a nerve there. Yeah.
Panthers. Baby.
I was with you, Pat. I was rooting for Edmonton too, just for the comeback aspect of it. And that would have been hilarious.
You wanted to see the Connor McConnors take the cup. I mean, he's got to prove he can do it. But the Florida teams are strong.
Didn't he lose the Stanley Cup 4 times in 5 years with 4 different teams?
McConnor?
He's a rookie,
Connor?
isn't he?
No.
No.
That's different Connor.
Well, there's 5 Connors, Wes.
He's been
But
on
we're talking about
career, I think.
Mick Connor, the original in
I'm talking about
Edmonton.
Connor McDavid.
right.
Yes.
And he won the Conn Smythe, like the MVP, an hour after they lost, and they're like, "Hey, you won the Conn Smythe," and he's like, "Great."
Yeah. It's not a great week for him. But great for the Panthers. Good news, right? There you go.
Florida.
I guess. Yeah.
All right.
First hockey I watched in years.
Game 7.
Pretty fun. Yeah.
Nice.
That's 3 of the last 5 from Florida. Florida's dominating hockey.
Hockey State,
They are.
Florida.
Yeah.
That's what they're known for.
Yeah. Right. Thanks, Will. Hey, hey guys, this guy has finally been freed from prison after almost 2,000 days. You know who that is?
Julian Assange.
Yeah.
That's right, Pat. That's Julian Assange, the founder of WikiLeaks, not to be confused with Edward Snowden, the other famous whistleblower in the past 20 years from former NSA employee that leaked tens of thousands up to potentially 200,000 NSA, USA, which is, USA, British and Australian intelligence files. He's been in Russia, Snowden, where they granted him asylum and made him a Russian citizen in 2022. Not Assange.
Snowden's a hero.
Well, yeah, we can get to that. Not the case where Assange, who is not from the
Prison.
U.S., like Snowden. He's Australian, and he did his leaks from, his company WikiLeaks, and the Chelsea Manning stuff, some Baghdad stuff, a few years earlier, like 2008 to 2010 range than Snowden. He's been sitting in a London prison, the HM Belmarsh, since April 2019.
Right, wasn't he in Brazil before that and was really annoying the Brazilians? And
And
they
there's
were
all over
Pamela
the fuck.
Anderson down
The
there.
fuck
Yeah,
outta
we're gonna
here.
get Pamela Anderson. He was in an Ecuadorian,
Ecuadorian.
embassy in London.
Yeah, he had to keep moving to places that didn't have extradition, and he'd eventually get removed because the U.S. was pressuring people to
That's right.
Well,
Well, because
give him back.
both guys were accused and charged with violating the Espionage Act of 1917, the U.S. Espionage Act, and it's easy to get those guys confused. But one other key difference, as Wes hinted at, is Julian Assange banged Pamela Anderson. He was seeking asylum in Ecuador right before he went to jail. Talk about the best of times, worst of times.
Yeah.
Banging Pam Anderson
Take me back to Ecuador.
to jail.
Oh.
I think it was
Was that
in
where he
London.
banged her in Ecuador?
He was an Ecuadorian, he was in London, but he was in the Ecuadorian embassy.
Right.
Oh wow.
yeah, talk about some
Embassy
raw
next to
justice.
London.
Yeah, dude. It's not now. Technically, it's not official. Wiki Cheeks, not official. Neither confirmed that they banged, but Anderson went on more solo trips to visit Assange than Margaret Trudeau did for Fidel Castro. So you tell me.
She was going as a journalist, right? Maybe.
Yeah, she wrote a lot of publications about it, Pat. Totally.
Okay.
No, she went
was
there
a
as the
VIP.
mouthpiece. She was the mouthpiece.
I mean, I'm happy he had those memories to take with him into jail.
Yes.
Good for him.
That's right. So Assange's nightmare is over. He made a deal with the U.S. government this week, and he has been released from prison and is rumored to be heading to his home country of Australia as a free man. He was released from the London prison on Monday, flew to Bangkok, Thailand, then rerouted to the island Saipan in the Northern Mariana Islands, which is U.S. territory, and he's taking a plea deal as we speak for violating that U.S. Espionage Act in 1917 in court. And it might have already happened. It's happening 2 a.m., I think, our time, right around now. And allegedly this was all worked out beforehand, and they will sentence him to 5 years served and say you're done, and let him leave the Mariana Islands to go to Australia. But it would be hilarious if they're just psych treason.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like that $5 million meeting with the Iranian general.
Yeah.
We talked to it yesterday. Come on over. I got $5 million for you.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, but I don't know. He's been so public. I think that everybody's got to go through with it at this point. There's so much public pressure now
He's fine. He's free. Assange is going home to visit his wife Stella and their 2 children who were conceived and born right around the time period Pam Anderson kept coming to visit him in Ecuador.
Well, it got his tee up.
asylum. He was
It got his tee up, so.
Sounds pretty sweet. They are, after all, the country that claims to have the biggest penises on average by a long shot in the world. They like to fuck. Legends of their own minds, right? 7-inch average, they claim, way bigger than Cameroon, Sudan, Haiti, and Senegal. Sure thing, Ecuador.
Okay. All right.
Yeah. I haven't seen too many
liars.
National Geographic issues where they needed centerfolds to get the dongs in, like some of those African nations.
Yeah. No, you're going to want to shoot me vertical. So the, so the centerfold can really accentuate my dong.
Yeah. You know what I'm talking about.
Get a profile. Get a profile of me.
You open that thing up and it just drops right down. Yeah, it looks like that. Now Assange, it's the text of a giant thing. Now Assange and Snowden are obviously very polarizing figures. Camps are split on whether they're heroes and ultimate champions of free speech, or assholes that committed potentially treason and jeopardized military personnel's lives. So they're, there's
definitely-
Project Prism,
Did both.
right.
sure. But the thing about like Snowden, for example, like Americans needed to know how much the NSA was spying on them.
Right.
I mean, it was, and they still are, from what I understand. It's not really like shut down completely.
Well, the British and
Project
Australian
Prism-
are mad too because he did the 200,000 docs. I've never really had a strong opinion either way. I'm a huge fan of free speech and not a huge fan of getting spied on, but also a huge fan of our military and officials not getting killed by ISIS and the other people that read those leaked documents and got some advantages. But what I'm mainly concerned with is
I don't think that. I mean, can they prove that actually happened? Most of it was about data collection programs.
No, they've proven that ISIS read the documents. But what I'm mainly
But they haven't proven that led directly to like American deaths.
No, it led to them evading arrest and stuff and stuff like that. But what I'm mainly concerned with is did Assange polarize Casey Jean Parker, aka Pam Anderson?
Mm-hmm.
That's what I'm concerned with. The more so. Some are saying
put that back up from the barbed wire press tour. Look at that.
Yeah.
Come on.
Yeah.
I don't know about you guys, but I spent months figuring out how I could get into the theater to see barbed wire. Wow.
Come on.
Number one poster girl.
Get out of here.
We're all millennials.
man.
What are you doing? What are you doing to me?
Is she going to go visit him now? Some are saying this plea deal, even though freeing him is a slippery slope for First Amendment rights and freedom of the press in the future. Like maybe they can charge the press with this in the future. And I'm saying, did he slippery slop Pam Anderson? That's what I'm saying.
Save me. Feel like drowning right now.
Yeah.
Is there body water?
Yeah, exactly. No, I mean, some people are saying he should be hung, while I'm more concerned with does Pam Anderson know how well hung he is? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, she has to, right?
I would assume. So he's free.
One-on-one trips.
Yeah.
That girl.
Ecuadorian embassy.
I'm more concerned was he jeopardizing his own health with all the hepatitis Pam Anderson has?
Oh, they cured that. He can cure hepatitis.
Worth it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, she's got bills for that.
All right. It is Pride Month, guys. Let's not forget that. And as Pride Month grinds down to its final days, the parades and celebrations are still in full swing. And while many major cities across the U.S. have embraced Pride Month and their festivities that come along with it, some smaller towns are getting their first dose of Pride Month this year, and we're nowhere near ready for it still. Take for example, the God-fearing town of Nampa, Idaho, just west of Boise there in, I don't know, Caldwell County, or I forget whether Canyon County. And Nampa's website says that Nampa is a caring community where people live, work, play, worship, and raise their families. Unless you're queer, then you can go do all that stuff someplace else. It's
Idaho.
If you
It's Idaho.
Yeah.
I'm surprised
Give him a
somebody
break.
is doing a pride parade in small town Idaho. I'm going to be perfectly honest with you. it's like it's
a town of
surprising.
110,000. It's not like it's a town of 2,000.
It's a big town in Idaho.
Yeah,
It's a
Probably
bigger
top 5.
Idaho town.
Yeah.
Then there's like Salt Lake. I mean, Utah and Idaho. I mean, it's pretty well known around here. You know, like it wouldn't be the places you'd have pride parades usually.
right. Yeah, not in Nampa, and they weren't ready for it. But Tom Wheeler, 27-year-old real estate agent living in Canyon County, where Nampa is. Here's Tom. He decided the town was ready for the first ever Pride celebration, and boy, was Tom wrong.
He looks
After planning,
like
so
Pat
much like Pam Anderson from the Barbed Wire Press tour.
He looks like Pat.
Yeah,
Put that other pic back up. Put that other Pam Anderson pic back up.
He's channeling Pam.
Yowza.
Yeah, he's trying to. I mean, she did it better, but
I mean, I
Tom's
might
trying.
fuck Tom, you know. After planning his June 9th celebration for months, the mayor of Nampa, Debbie King, who looks like she abuses orphans.
Oh my God, dude. She looks like a religious villain in some sort of post-apocalyptic film.
Yeah.
She looks like she screams when her glass of wine isn't on time.
Yeah.
Oh, you better have it snappy.
Shrill voice. Yeah.
She will
She's got
put you in
3
your place.
shades of gray there. On. Okay.
She's a discerning woman, Pat, and she expects the best.
Yeah. So she released a statement 2 weeks before the gays descended on Nampa and gave residents and potential attendees a warning about the planned event, saying, quote, that the event does not reflect the personal beliefs and convictions of myself, the Nampa City Council, and many living in Nampa, adding, we know we live alongside a few of these heathens, but we'd rather not know for sure who they are. You know what I mean?
What a weird fucking statement to give. Because by default, this is representative of some of the community of Nampa.
Right.
Yeah.
But she needed to say it's not me and it's not them. And it's not most of us. It's just we know that, you dumbass.
I could speak for the bigots. She also said that although
I'll tell you right now, we don't like these 3.
Yeah.
Right?
I'm happy about
They're gonna have their parade.
Yeah.
I'm gonna tell you right now, Nampa does not approve.
No one's letting him a pickup truck, though.
She's no Pam Anderson.
No.
Tom thinks he can copy Pam.
Yeah.
She puts on
Give
gloves
me
to
a
handle her
break.
husband's penis. That's what she
100%.
Yeah.
Yeah. She extracts the semen.
Yeah. So, of course, the mayor's statement was more of a warning shot to all the bigots in the town to take action against the organizer, Tom. After her statement, he received a very threatening phone call from a man who said that he knew where he lived. He said, my family's been here since 1901. This is God's country, and you're not welcome here.
Mm-hmm.
Then the local news got involved, making sure every bigot in town knew where to be in order to ruin the peaceful celebration. And the post got 2,500 comments promising God would punish Tom Wheeler in the head.
Right. So once again, it is Idaho, so they didn't have to look that hard for those people. There's plenty of them in Idaho to go around to get mad at this thing.
This one section of the Bible I read says that you're not supposed to be here, but I'm confused because this other section of the Bible that I read says to love everyone, but I'm going to choose to go with the hate one.
God loves and accepts. Wait, not everyone, though.
Not everyone, not you, Tom.
Yeah.
The local news station put out a little stand that said, who wants to bitch about Tom? And then there was a line that clogged up traffic.
That
for
was the
5 hours.
best-selling paper
Yeah.
in the past 20 years.
Also, a local bar, the Old State Saloon, decided to host a concurrent heterosexual awesomeness month celebration with drink deals for all heterosexuals. And check out how gay this promo sounds. I think you might want to take a walk down to the park.
Starts our last week of heterosexual awesomeness. Don't forget Monday, beers for breeders. If you're a male heterosexual, you get a free beer just for walking in. Wednesday is our couples, and it's 15% off your entire bill on Wednesday. And then, of course, Thursday, her heterosexual happy hour for you heterosexual ladies. Come on in. Let's have some fun.
Come on in. Let's have some fun.
Yeah.
Only manly man. Readers. Check out this comment. Look how desperate you are to get literally any women to come to your cringy closet gay bar.
Again,
Thursday, like a gay bar. Yeah.
Thursday's ladies' night, so that's when I'll be working.
But Tom wasn't deterred. He hired security. His mother wanted him to wear a bulletproof vest, but he instead decided to wear this pink T-shirt and cowboy hat to kick off the celebration. And it looks like it was a success. People were having a great time. But guys, the Liberty Dogs were not happy, as you can see by their Facebook group, where they are holding a bunch of pit bulls, or Lady Liberty is holding pit bulls. They say, we are a grassroots group of American citizens standing up for our constitutional rights and freedoms. America first.
We also happen to choose symbolism that elicits the racist South and harkens back to the days of when blacks were slaves with these dogs.
Yeah. I mean, put the back up, put the symbol back up. I mean, I don't know. It's if they weren't such assholes, it's kind of a badass symbol. It's kind of a badass slogan. I don't know what the stars mean. If there's racism in there, I didn't see it.
Pit bulls are intimidating. Yeah,
but Lady Liberty's torch
holding pit bulls is badass, dude.
It's about to light a cross on fire, though, Mark. Lady Liberty's torch.
But Lady Liberty looks very black. In the
looks very black. Yeah.
It's a really cool. I don't know. Again, I don't know if I'm missing some dog whistles, pun intended, but it looks badass.
You're missing some. You're missing the 3 dogs. Yeah.
Well, if the 3 dogs weren't trying to eat gays or blacks, I'm saying if it was a different group of people.
So anyway, the Liberty Dogs,
not a bad logo, Mark,
showed up. And there was like 2,000 people at the event, and they showed up and tried to ruin it. And they used some old tried and true tactics to
Liberty Dogs.
Yeah. So what they did is they
more liberating than oppressing others.
Yeah.
Well, they were so angry. They used a tactic that you used to try to scare.
Get out of here and go to heterosexual week, shall we?
They started shaking the barricades. That was one of the tactics they used. Get out of here! Shaking the barricades. Get out of here! And then they started blowing whistles, which we all know gay people really hate whistles. No, they love whistles.
Yeah,
so they probably just looked like they were part of the celebration with these fucking whistles.
Okay,
shaking the barricades.
They started playing Lady Gaga music.
Yeah.
They should have gone with the barking.
Yeah. Luckily, the police kept them at bay, even though they were outnumbered by like 200 to 1. It sounds
Liberty
like.
Dogs. Hey, what do you say we get our Liberty group together and get out there and just really oppress?
Grab the whistles.
Trent, I love the logo, but I think we should add a couple more dogs.
You shake that barricade, it'll scatter them.
Yeah. 1 dog's cool.
Stop whistling to the beat. They're dancing.
Yeah. They're dancing.
They think it's merengue music.
They're dancing to you, John. Quit it.
Just made them angrier.
So anyway, not that huge. The title got me. It was like Civil War in Idaho, small town. But everyone had a good time. Liberty Dogs eventually left, went down to the Old State Saloon, and sucked each other off.
Yeah. All right.
A couple cold ones.
Yeah. Couple cold ones.
Believe all them dancing.
Yeah.
Another straightener in this. All right, guys, real quick. This is insane. I've never played the video game Archeage. Have you guys ever played it?
No.
It's an MMO RPG, and it's shutting down. The servers are shutting off at the end of this month, June 27th, which is probably today. Is that today? Servers offline. Guess what? That means if you have any Archeage beef, you might miss the opportunity to settle it in game. And that's exactly how Edward Kang felt, a 20-year-old man from New Jersey, because Edward, I guess, had some beef with a fellow player of Archeage, who he described as a very bad person online. Here's Edward. Okay. He's 20 years old.
He said, he said, that's a mugshot.
Do you like, they wrote 2X all over his shirt. I think that was just to troll him.
Why did they write 2X everywhere?
Because he's definitely a medium. Anyway,
I was going to say.
Last Friday, Edward, who lives in New Jersey, told his family he was going to go meet a friend that he'd met online, that he'd known for a while. He's going to go visit him in Florida. And that's what he did. He got on a plane out of Newark International, flew to Jacksonville about 2 a.m. What's that?
His family wasn't tipped off to a red flag that he never left his home of playing Archeage, and he was going to fly to visit a friend in Florida for the first time ever. That wasn't a red flag. That introvert medium.
Yeah. Well, they didn't know the servers were getting shut down. Maybe they were pretty stoked that their 20-year-old was finally leaving the house. But
he's finally made a friend. He's going to go visit him in person.
He got to his hotel about 2 a.m. on Friday night. Probably got online, played some Archeage. Slapped.
Finally had sex for the first time.
Oh yeah, they're fired up.
He left the house for years, dude.
They're fired up. He woke up in the morning and he went to a hardware store and he bought 2 items. He bought a hammer, a real menacing looking hammer, and a flashlight.
Were those items from Archeage?
No, these are items he was going to use in relation
He's a minor.
to Archeage.
He writes an Archeage name of a weapon on the hammer, though.
Yeah, for sure, dude.
The devil's fucking like whatever the fuck.
Lightbringer.
What's in? I don't know what they're. Yeah, exactly.
Oh,
What's
Look at that hammer right there.
It's covered in blood, Pat.
Yeah, that's an intense hammer covered in blood. So he bought those.
He actually bludgeoned the man with it. Uh-oh.
He bought those 2 items. He went back to his hotel, probably played a little bit more Archeage until night fell. And that's when
One last raid.
he did one last raid. Now I'm going to cut real quick to the sheriff of the county in Florida. The town in Florida is Fernandina Beach. I think it's Nassau County, Florida.
The attacker who was in possession of a hammer. The suspect was identified as 20-year-old Edward Coe Kang. And this is his picture.
2X.
Coe Kang. And this is his picture.
I just thought it was awesome. His name is Cocaine.
Yeah.
Anyway, so he snuck into his foe's house. And
With his dwarven hammer, by the way.
with his dwarven hammer, with a black mask on, black gloves, and he just waited in the hallway outside this guy's bedroom, who was also around the same age, and 2 a.m. was playing Archeage until the guy went out to take a piss. And when he got out there, he saw Kang just locked and loaded in the in a position with the hammer above his head, just ready to downward strike.
Well, Pat, that's called the battle rage. That's called the battle rage melee physical attack. It's actually one of the moves in the game.
Yeah, and he definitely thought of the flashlight as like an amulet.
Yes, exactly. Well, that's what he did. He attacked and he beat this kid.
Spell.
He beat this kid. The kid was able to fight Kang off because, again, he's not a 2X. He's a medium, and called for his stepfather, who came out and they subdued Kang. And he's in jail, and he's going to jail for a long time. Now, why did he do this? Again, Kang said this guy was a very bad person online, but during the press conference, the sheriff gave a little bit of a hint about why this may have happened, right? So the sheriff, when he described Archeage, he clearly looked down at his paper to read that it was an MMO RPG, right? He wasn't freestyling there. He's not familiar with this stuff. But at the end, a reporter asked, what was said? What exactly happened? And the sheriff said, well, apparently in this game, you have characters and you can name the characters and they fight each other. And to me, that means that this guy absolutely named his character something to troll Kang. That's my personal opinion. Unreported, but that's probably what happened. The kid's okay. He did have some severe head wounds. He's out of the hospital. And Kang will not be playing Archeage for a very, very long time. That's the show. Have a great
lost
day.
Newey's blessing, which is tough.
The psycho.
Damn.
Yeah, he's
Talk to you tomorrow.